In this video, I'm going to share why a lot of agencies, coaches, consultants, and online service providers have trouble closing clients. And it's not what you think. It's not the latest shiny hack tactic. It is not that they need more ads. It's not that they need to do more things. It's they need to do more of the right things because people have this same mental frameworks they use to make decisions. When it all comes down to, do they know you, do they like you, and do they trust you? So my name is Kevin Sanderson from LGN Marketing. We help people generate more leads and nurture them into clients and customers. And so one thing that I've learned along the way is that a lot of agencies and coaches and consultants rely on a variety of strategies. It's either things that are super warm, like hoping and praying that they'll get more referrals, or it's throwing money at ads, or maybe posting constantly on social media, or reaching out to people through cold email. So now, on the one end, the people that come in and are coming from referrals, those are easy because they're basically usually, if you've dealt with referrals, you know that if you have someone you've already provided a result to, and they say to someone, hey, you should go check out this person, that person who's coming to you is almost asking you for your permission to work with you because they've heard so many good things, because they already trust you because they were told to trust you. So someone they trusted transferred that trust over to you. Now, the challenge is with all these other colder methods, which, yeah, if they follow you on social media, that gives you a little bit more warmth. But if you're reaching out to them through cold email, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, if you're trying to grow your business, or if you're, also running ads, do those people really know you? So let me just share a little bit of behind the scenes of some lessons I've learned that I think it would be really beneficial. So Google had done a study, and I'm trying to find the exact link to the study itself, but I've heard this many, many times, and you might have heard this too, the 7-11-4 rule, that basically people need, at least according to Google's data, with all these ads they run and they see where people go on the internet before they become a customer, that they need at least 7 hours of engageable content with you. So they need to engage with you and your brand for at least 7 hours and have at least 11 touch points. Moving on to 11 touch points. So basically the gist of it is, and 4 separate locations. So how do you do that? So, if you're only sending people cold emails, they're not going to get those, 11 touch points. They're not going to get 7 hours with you. If you're running ads, yeah, maybe if you're running video ads, maybe a little bit, but they're already kind of coming in skeptical. So how do you get something where it's almost like a referral, or people who are already on your list, you warm them up and you get them closer to wanting to work with you because they know, like, and trust you? So again, let's kind of walk through that. So let's say you have a client. So this is a prospect, and they've got lots of choices of what to do in their life. And they're not sure, do they want to work with you? Do they want to work with someone else? So if they have a friend that refers you to them, that's an easy sale because, again, the trust has already been crossed. This like trust barrier. Now, but the problem is these are very, very inconsistent. Now, you might have strategies to get more referrals, but if you have a certain number of clients and customers, not every single client and customer is comfortable referring, even if you got the best possible service from you, or maybe they feel like they just don't know anybody. So you can't rely on every one of your clients to send you people. Now, some people may send you multiple referrals, but that is ultimately hope. You don't have control. So what a lot of people focus on is, what activity can I do? And that might be, let's say, cold emails, because at least you feel like you're doing something. That might be paid ads, posting on social. Now, posting on social is probably the warmest. Paid ads, at least, they're kind of raising their hand and, filling out a form or whatever. Now, half the time they probably forget. And I do it all the time myself. I, see an ad for something on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. And I sign up for the free whatever. And then it just sits in digital dust in the background because I forgot I signed up for it 2 minutes later, as soon as I'm off the page. And then there's cold emails. But you got to send a lot of cold emails to get people warmed up enough to even want to consider having a conversation with you. And it's definitely a numbers game. So when you think about this, how do you warm people up? So I have a framework I have learned that is something that can help you because it gets you those different touch points in different methods in different places. So for one, you run a virtual summit. So let me just put this on here. Let me see if it'll let me go on top of this. You start with your virtual summit, and that helps you generate leads. So let's put a little G here. Then you're going to generate leads because people sign up for the summit, whether it's free or low cost. You're going to get ideally hundreds, if not thousands of people to sign up, and you probably makes a little bit of money along the way. So unlike paid ads, you're paying for that. But because the way we run virtual summits, we get maybe 15 to 20 speakers. Those people come on, they share your summit because they're excited to be part of it. And so with that, people sign up for your summit, and now they're on your list. And so your speakers are excited. They're sharing it with their list. Now there's people on your list, and there's a little bit of transference of trust because they're already trusting the person who referred your event to them. And so they're coming in warmer than they would if they just, signed up on a paid ad or replied to your cold email, or even if they're, on your social media, they're just kind of casually following you, or they didn't even realize that somehow they ended up following you on LinkedIn or something like that. These are people that they're warmer, and they're also signing up for something that has a date and time. So when something has a more urgency of date and time, it feels more like a big thing. So they're more excited about it coming into it too. So this is going to give you a lot of touch points, because if you have, let's say, 15 to 20 speakers and they watch, I would say it's not unrealistic to get people to watch 3 to 5 of your videos on average. So if there's maybe, let's say 30 minutes long, they're spending several hours with you just right there, just off the bat. Then you're going to send them some emails. Now, the nice thing about email is even if they don't open your email, they still saw your name. That's still another like micro touch point. If they open their email, that's great. If they click on something, like maybe you're sending them to a video or a blog post, they're still being indoctrinated slowly into your methodology. So this is another touch point. This is another place, part of that 4, that is emails. So in this, I say we were relating authentically. So that is our R. And then over time, we can send them to our webinars. So you have webinars. This gives us an opportunity to offer value. So now we're offering value. We're teaching. We're giving them, information that they're excited about, and you're also demonstrating your expertise and building your authority, which I forgot to mention. You're also doing in all this. So all these things we're doing here all fit together very well. So you're going to offer value. And you can do webinars where it's just people on your list. You get them to sign up. And even if you just get a handful of people to show up or even raise their hand and say they're interested, you can always send them back to the replay. You have content that you can repurpose for other purposes. And as you do this more and more, your snowball only gets bigger, from my experience. So then, and for these webinars, you can also do collaborative webinars where maybe you bring on a couple people who are speakers at some of your summits and say, hey, I'm doing this event. Would you mind sharing it out? And, when I say event, you're going to do a webinar. I've got this masterclass on the top 5 ways to XYZ. And so they get a chance to teach a little bit. They get in front of an audience and they share it out to their audience. And so if you get 2 or 3 speakers, now, maybe you get dozens or hundreds of people to sign up for your webinar. So that only gives you more and more high quality people who are spending more time with you. So if your webinar is an hour long, guess what? Now you're building up that clock towards the 7-11-4. So now they're getting to know, like, and trust you even more. And if they stay on your email list, that's going to give you the opportunity to, over time, win them as a customer, and then also send them back through to some of your other um, events that you're hosting, some of your other emails they're going to see, and some of your other webinars. So that is the W, is that over time you're going to win clients. Now, it's not always that like it's going in a sequence, like they got to go from here to here to here to here to here. They get warmed up over time on their timeline, but you're doing it quicker than you would if you're just posting on social media and hoping that more than 6 people like it on LinkedIn or Facebook, and that, however many impressions you got, that they, did more than just scroll right past it. Here, they're signing up for something. They're attending your webinar. They're watching the replay. They're signing up for your virtual summit. You're making some money along the way with it. They're reading your emails. They're seeing your name, even if they don't read the email. So over time, you're getting people to know, like, and trust you. So all along the way, you're sending people to your offers, your calendar, your sales page, whatever mechanism you use to close people to your high ticket offers. This is sending people in a method that generates leads, relates authentically, and then helps you win clients and customers. So this gives you that know, like, and trust, because over time you're going to develop that 7-Eleven 4, which is more of like, I think it's really more of a not a hard, fast rule, but a general direction that you want people to spend more time with you, more time with your brand, because it helps you build your authority and your expertise. And every time that they click on your email, even just to open your email, let alone click on if you're sending them to somewhere else, they sign up for your webinars, they sign up for your summits. And oftentimes the people that sign up for webinars and summits sign up for more webinars and summits. So they keep coming back, and eventually they say, you know what, I just got to work with this person. So, they sign up to work with you because they've learned to know, like, and trust you, and you've attracted the right audience. Now, some people will unsubscribe from your email. That's okay, because over time you're getting the people who want to learn from you and like your messaging and like what you have to say, and they're becoming that know, like, and trust. They are now viewing you as an authority, and they like your expertise, and that's getting you more touch points with them. And then that helps you to grow your business. So if you'd like to learn how to put this in play into your business, I would be more than happy to help you out. All you got to do is in the comment section down below, just type in workbook, and I will have either myself or someone on my team send you a free workbook. It's a download that you can print out, you can write on it, or you can do it online if you prefer, and you can just write out basically some of the things that will help you set up this particular system in your own business. And the nice part is, if you are doing other list building activities that I talked about, like posting on social media, you're sending out cold emails, you're doing paid ads, if you're getting some level of traction there, all this does is just throw gas on an existing fire. And then also, if you have people who are your clients and customers, and they see that, oh, here's all this stuff they're doing, this person's doing a webinar, you stay more top of mind, so that when they are faced with that opportunity to refer someone that they know, are they more likely to refer someone that they kind of vaguely maybe worked with 3 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever, or someone who continues to stay top of mind. So over time, this continues to compound. So hopefully this makes sense. Again, if you'd like to get our free workbook, just type in workbook into the chat. Thank you so much for being part of this. My name is Kevin Sanderson, and it's been a pleasure.